It's not important for students. I'm also in the political space, right?
Oh yeah.
So in our world, when you're a young woman, especially first year, when you're young and reckless, and in order for you to get a certain position, we ask maybe in power in order for you to recognize. I swear, guys, it's wild. It's wild there, guys. Don't go there. It's a no-go area. You have to be here. Manga will join the political space because position. Everyone knows that every woman who's in power, we are when there's something because they don't believe in women being in power there. So most of them in power.
Most definitely, I should get SRC members to come through.
Please.
We need to uncover this.
Please.
Damn,
yeah, it actually happens. It does.
Memes, but hey, we all know with the deep down behind the scenes, it's really, really bad. So, anybody who wants to add on that? It's pretty traumatic, eh? It's actually sad, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Hearing you guys speak like this, and at the same time, you still try to maintain a straight face, but your eyes tell a story that you actually. It was horrific. It was horrific, like literally, it was horrific. And okay, before we actually go to that point, I want to understand, man. Us as gents, what do you actually think we can do to actually help curb all of this?
Sure. Stop gatekeeping. That is the biggest thing. We need to stop gatekeeping. Men have male privilege, and in a sense that we don't have to work twice as hard as women do to get a position. So, for example, if I wanted to go into the political space, I wouldn't have to sleep with the chairperson. Do you know what I mean? I can just go in, do my thing, and then I'm elected or nominated, and then I'm elected and I'm chairperson, rather than how females have to go about it. So that's the first thing. The other thing we need to do is to call each other out as gents. To have conversation, be like, Nick, Lendians are correct, dog. Because we might be friends and all, but let's be able to hold each other accountable as gents and be like, my dude, like Lendians are correct, you know? Because it is very important that we hold each other accountable. Because if we don't, our Nick is going to be like, I can get away with anything. Because even my gents, even the people closest to you don't call you out, then that means those are not your real friends. Do you know what I mean? And also educating each other on a number of things. On having spaces or platforms like these where we can hear the experiences of women, so we go out there and be better men for our daughters and generations to come, our friends, our sisters, our mothers, because it starts with us. You know, it's a reactional approach to have women empowerment seminars and tell women, no, don't dress miniskirts, mouse Josie, don't drink alcohol, always cover your drinks, and gents don't have to go through that. We don't have to worry about being spiked. We don't have to worry about if you wear shorts.
Being spiked.
Tricky. But we don't. When we walk out with shorts, we don't have to worry that we're gonna get catcalled. We don't have to worry that gents or women are gonna spank us or try to touch us or anything. So we should be able to be like, dude, let's respect women. And if I see you do something that is disrespectful, I'm like, dog, we don't do that here.
Yeah, we don't do that too.
So yeah, I think it's just around those lines.
Damn, yeah, guys.
Choose your friends wisely. Choose your friends wisely.
And I feel like sometimes if they don't actually call you out, that means they're actually promoting whatever it is that you're doing, because now they themselves.
You pause and then I am.
And the Melissa, no, like on real talk, and it's actually degrading if people behind the scenes we're just talking about, hey, let's just learn to keep certain things to ourselves. You know, nobody needs to know the details and graphics, because I feel otherwise people are now giving her a certain look, because I can talk to you as my guy. Now you before you know it, be like, man, so we don't want anything like that. But yeah, we are willing to do better. Trust me, like, guys, I want this platform to actually be there, you know, to actually help out, because those conversations are there, but we hardly talk about them, you know, things like that. And besides, now let's say maybe male based to go and it becomes awkward. But what you gotta know is that as much as contestants are like even now behind the scenes, but I'll always protect you. You understand? angazi ngikhuluma nobani mara lale so itlab out there. You know, things like that. But yeah, actually getting the whole general idea. Now coming back to what you were talking about, no? Girls pimping out each other and selling out each other. I wanted to understand, before it actually went to that, my question would have been, why is it that women actually hold so much animosity against each other? Yeah.
I don't know, because not that I give myself credit or what, but it's rare for me to find myself hating on someone because without a reason. But I feel like I've once had this conversation with a friend, and she was like, I feel like people hate it on each other because of the things that they wish they wish to have. Let's say I see maybe let's say I apply for something and then she also applies for something and then she gets it, I don't get it. That's where the hate starts. Or maybe she's dating my crush. Things, it's the smallest things, but I feel like like it should come to an end. Because like why should we hate on each other? You get to a point where we in res kido roommates, and then obviously you don't get along with your roommate, and then you tell that to a guy, and then the guy will tell you, I don't know why I don't know why it's always the case with you girls that you don't get along. Unlike us gents, we can like get along, we can like live together the whole year and still get along. But I don't know what's with you females. Hey, couple girls have moods. I feel like it contributes to that. I mean,
what?
The moods. Yeah, we are like very emotional people. So like, and we don't take time to like understand each other, communicate with each other. Like, I feel like it's something that's broad, man. Before we can get to a point where we can say women don't hate each other, hey, we still have a long way to go. Yeah.
I feel like regarding the pimping part, I feel like another woman that pimps out another woman would probably be based on the fact that they're benefiting. It all comes down to benefit. If I'm benefiting, I'm going to be selfish. And if that comes at your expense, then so be it.
Sure.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And then I feel like when it comes to probably let's say friendships or making new friends or meeting new people, I feel like girls honestly have that thing of I don't like your energy. As soon as that I don't like her energy comes in, nothing
will change
that happens or that person does will ever make you change your mind that this one could be somehow. It's because we don't give ourselves the time to actually get to know someone.
Exactly.
We judge them based on maybe what they say or how
or
they
what
act.
we heard about them.
If I see someone and I see that I look at the attitude, I don't take the time to actually be like, maybe she has an attitude today, maybe she's not okay. Let me try her tomorrow. We don't do that. We just from the first time then it's done.
Mara, I think I have a different perspective about what DC said. Not really, guys. I don't know, maybe it's so mind guys I can that wrong. Well, must pull me song. And again, my circles, pumas kulumil, yonkindo was except to see it lapping. And it's about the bus, right? And my name is a pet inga. When ngabu drive, uzokuyo driver lapho uyazi ukuthi uzobuya nebhodle. Wena uyazi ukuthi umiswa yimoto. You understand? Like it's a win-win situation. Wonke umuntu uyawina, wonke umuntu brings something to the table.
Yeah.
Like si grand, si sharp, siphuma sikhulumile ukuthi uzwenza 1 no 2 no 3. So by the time we go out, umuntu is already mentally prepared ukuthi uzwenza 1 no 2 no 3 masifika phambili. It's nothing new. So I think girls need to stop putting logic in everything. Just man, like there's nothing wrong, guys. But according to me and my circle, we don't see anything wrong. Mangabe wena unenkinga nokuthi sokusipusha wena stage, yeka ukuhamba nathi.
Yeah, what I understand from your circle,
Not in a bad way, but like why was me ukuthi guys sengikhathele.
Sure.
Why was me ngikhathele guys sharp. so understand time radala hamba mntana abantu ithi ke mina kulo mara ngisebenzisa ama strong points wakho
oh yeah
uthola ukuthi sihlangana nabo baba comrades so ukuthi abo baba comrades ba understand why yimi it's like guys I've got this do you understand into kanjani wena umiswa imoto sho ukuthi ke lift yokubuya so it's all yeah wait this kanjani
yeah mara into fuku understand and into fuku understand from your circle is I get all of that, okay, no judgment given, trust me. What I want to know is just like, how do you actually ensure safety amongst each other?
No, like, that's okay. So we always have that one protective friend. There's that one who's, yes, she is drunk, but wabo. So kancane ukuthi okay khona ngekho la athi ngiyeza ngicela nimeni la nonke she's gonna make sure ukuthi uyamthola and ubuya naye mawuthi kumele amdonse la khona uzomdonsa then if we see anyone out of our sides sizomfuna sonke sizoyeka into esiyenzayo siyomfuna ukuthi ekse you don't tell us ukuthi uyapi please don't do that
okay
it's because uphume nathi yabo into kanjalo so I think that's how and we all responsible for each other ukuthi ungiyochama ngicela uhambe nami awuhambe uyiwani ngetholethi ngiyochama ngicela uhambe nami kanjalo and that works for us perfectly well. What if you can't find her? Chances are we'll notice within yeah uyapi uzulahle uyapi so chances are we'll notice within a minute ukuthi khona shodayo la cause yeah
damn all right so
mawukuthi ufuna ukuhamba uyohlala lapha ya samba nawe mawukuthi bathengele wena utshwala siphuza nawe le bathengele yona
leyo dampe one uyishare no
so futhi ke asinqeni
yeah no actually yo this is nice you know actually knowing that okay there's some people actually for and people who are against it but at the end of the day it's all about ensuring the safety of people at the end of the day we just want to make sure that it's safe because we know for a fact as much as we know for a fact with the shit that goes down in clubs where you have girls missing out of the blue. Sometimes, sadly enough, they actually do get sold by their friend or muta figures in Zumgan and then it's gone. You know, we just want to make sure that, you know, it's a safe space for people who actually want to try out things and actually explore. But bottom line is, guys, hey, be vigilant with your own circle. Honestly, with your own circle. Yeah. Nobody has fellows or Jahamba and Tish in a person to goodbye go. Unfortunately, it's sad. So learn to learn. We must try by all means to avoid it now. But I'm fine. Good. If guys delicate matters, but I don't blame y'all. It's something we guys also do when it actually comes to.
It's like wingmanning, like
wingmanning and all that.
Yeah.
And most of it seems that you guys okay, you delegate. It's just that when with your delegations, chances are somebody might get smashed at the end of the day. You understand? But imagine is. Alright now. Okay. No. All I'm just saying is all I'm just saying. Yeah. Yeah. No, but as I was saying, it's like lentole masiyenza, it's like teenager machito no good I'm fit. Okay, when I'm ntwana saqava ukuthi Tony model nazo izinto sazi so kahle kahle sithembe wena to become the chick magnet. Yabona. Then from this delegate. Then khona sazi ukuthi Mr. Finance, Minister of Finance, the Minister of Finance and around. So I feel like everybody at the end of the day, people are always delegating tasks.
Responsibility. Everyone's given a task. When now so party mad. It's like that. It's necessary. Okay, don't we as
exactly.
And we want to say some compliment. So Mauki stage you as good kalwang out. Right. Yens in the right again. Not nama also do right by you must have a chance I'm good in Kulum. We understand. So yeah, some case nama always.
But then to me I think it's not always good till there is a mutual agreement because sometimes like abanye buy to clubs and stuff like without a knowledge good like they just be like friends, let's go out, we've had a rough week and stuff. Eventually when we get there we'll think like we're just here to have fun only to find out there's something planned out for you because when I didn't have all the details about so and it happened actually it's reality like 100% sure like yeah that's how it is.
No, mina ngifila ngathi ne Nishim. Mawuyibhedi hamba namabhedi afana nawe. Yabo mawukhwaye thamba nabantu abafana nawe. That's why mele u-attract abantu abafana nawe. Yabo mina ngiyazi ukuthi if ngihamba nabantu angazi ukuthi for ubumnandi sure noma yini isikhokho sami we down for it, right? So ungavayi nabantu wazi ukuthi ngeke avume asifuni ba skeptical asifuni ukuphuza
I also feel like as a girl, we know how our friends are. We are clapping and not know what to expect. You know how your friends are. The way the way she speaks, nje, when your friends are speaking, you hear with I know what to expect. There's no way that you go there knowing nothing at all. That's the same thing as if you know nothing at all. It's the thing with they came to your room, masambi. That's when you don't know anything. But if truly they're your friends and you chill together, you know exactly what to expect.
You know, for people who look innocent, guys, dude, I'm over there like, I know, goose. Yeah. Flash went off. Sabonara, Sasabas. Nanyazi ngabantu.
Hey.
Yeah, guys. So, actually, I want to know, lastly, what measures can be taken? You know, given the states that's given the current affairs that are happening in our country. You know, we are reported as one of the capital for rape cases. You understand, and all that. So,
actually, very scary.
It's very, very, very scary. Like literally. So, what I want to know is, what measures can we implement as young people? All right, because understand this. What we live in campuses, whether it be the university or in college, it's actually a simulation of what's going out there in real life. I know? So if maybe we could try to implement measures at a very early stage, then we can ensure that the people we're actually letting out of society are responsible people and people who actually learn how to respect other genders. You understand? So from your understanding, what is that one measure we can actually implement and that can actually help us curb the statistics?
It has already been said, besides us young people taking the initiative or the measure to like prevent all of this, it should actually start kohai. It should start kamotsadi arutangwana gore when you see a woman is like this and this and that, but instead of, because when you don't plant a seed mo tlhaloganyo nya ngwana, it won't grow. Like obviously there's nothing, so you plant a seed ya gore you don't see a woman for their physique and think gore yeah, I think before anything else can be started or before anything, it should start kohai. It should start kamotsadi, and then obviously when you carry buakadilo today, I feel like men should change their mindset on how they see a woman. That's basabana mosadi as something like as an object they can just use for anje and then after that more initiatives they will teach a male teach a male about everything.
Just to add on what she's saying, I think we should also not stop really, but it's always based on, we need to have a women's symposium, conference, what? Can we stop having imaginary men's conference? Can we have a men's conference where males sit down and educate each other? No, I'm your sister. What's wrong with that? Like, guys masihlele endlini esiyi A1 kanje kumele sihlale kungabi na next nje ukuthi sesiyafilana hey one thing led to another hey like no, I think there should be some school there by men's conference. Can we have a real men's conference where men sit and say bafe to show lalel, because I think a lot of men who rape, I'm sorry, rape is very sensitive, but yeah, a lot of men who rape, mawuthi uyambheka or you listen to that person, uyabona lo muntu lo damaged vele, so lokuthi ukhule kubo vele ukhule kabi. Do you understand? Can we have education where we put men down and say lalela heal putwami, heal putwami, it's okay to go for psychological help, it's okay to sit down and tell someone indaba zakho. Yeah man, can we have more things for male, because it's always female privileges, female this, female this, female symposium, female conference, sishapu. Can we have more education on your guys? That's mine. Thanks, bye.
Thank you for mentioning that, Barney. With that being said, I'm challenging every NPO, every organization that's out there dealing with mental health and everything that has to do with men or genders respectively. Let us all combine ideas, let us all come together, and let's actually launch an official men's conference. I don't mind pioneering it as the first guy to have actually put one out there that's recorded. I don't mind doing that, but I need people to actually come together and let's do it. And I want us to actually start with the young ones, because that's where we can actually like still instill principles, morals, ethics, and values. You understand? So I'm challenging you guys all out there. Heed my challenge. Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
Personally, I feel like we also have to, as Bunny had said, some people are actually not mentally stable, and they do need help. But then again, that's also not an excuse. But then it is there. We have to acknowledge it. And I feel like in most rape cases, I feel like it's unexpected from us as women, because I mean, like, we will not expect to get raped. It's not something that you're waiting to happen. You're not waiting for it to happen. So I feel like then again, we as women also have to, there's other ways that we could probably protect ourselves. I'm talking maybe pepper spray, knives. If it means knives, then maskala. If it means a gun, then it is what it is. Whatever we have to do just to protect ourselves, honestly.
And that's actually true, because given the current situation we're currently at right now, the fact or the reality of the matter is just that, unfortunately, you as young girls have to ensure that you're always armed. You always have somebody on your speed dial. You always have anything like that should anything go either way. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality we live in.
And also the sad thing is that most men think when you wear something that is short, you want attention from them. It's so sad. That is when I realized South Africa still has a long way to go. We still have a long way to go. Even because rape, even when you wear your baggy clothes or in your pajamas, it's uncold.
Grandmothers don't walk around with skirts and everything.
Exactly.
They get raped as well.
Yeah.
So exactly. So we can't, as society, we can't say that women should change how they dress, because it is null and void, because grandmothers are out there getting raped, kids are getting raped, so it's a bit unfair to say no, change how you dress. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You accept that you see me like this.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'll be showing off my belly piercing because I have one.
Exactly.
And I also think that we need to educate men on how to educate young ones.
Yeah.
Children role model what they see, and we need to be able to equip men to be like, or to give them the tools to equip younger men, to tell them that, yo, look, you don't objectify women, you respect women. And if you see that a gent is doing something wrong to a woman, kuza. Don't watch, don't stand by, don't be like, I angizgeni. No. Be there to be like, you don't do this. Do you know what I mean? And growing up with a very strong parent who's always on the lookout for things. Like my mom is one person who instilled it in me, that in the wrong, you don't watch it, you don't just let it happen. You step in and you stop, because if that happens, it'll continue to happen, and it will continue to happen to your sisters, your friends, your daughters, and to many people, and you're not gonna like it. So be the difference, be the one who steps in and be like, and it's gonna go a really long way.
Yeah, that's big ass, man. Actually, you said
Shout out to
something
your
powerful.
mom. Shout out to your mom.
Shout out,
Yeah.
shout out.
Real women out there.
Yeah, real women out there.
Sure,
yeah.
like me.
Shout out to mom.
Like
shout
me.
Out to mom. Shout out to mom. Shout out to all that. Yeah, and actually, you speaking of, having people to actually come through and actually teach young ones. Let's make sure that even those teaching them, we don't have them from a digital space.
Yeah.
Let's actually make sure it's in person, because people tend to perceive things better when it is said in person than when it is said on a digital platform or when there's a screen, because a whole lot can be lost in translation and through that, you understand? So we just have to push it that way. But yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I really, really enjoyed the session, and I hope it can be insightful, and I hope we can actually have more discussions like this. And I don't want it to only end at the discussions. With everything that we suggested, I really hope that we can find people who can actually help us implement them, and actually make sure that they actually come to fruition, and we all push that, you understand, and all that.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's set a timeline, right?
Yeah.
And where I'm keen on doing it. Let's do it. Let's come together and have a men's conference where we talk to men who are older and men who are younger. And let's set that timeline and say, okay, we're giving ourselves 6 months, 8 months to make this happen. So within that time, we should make it happen. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and millions other witnesses who are going to be like, Nick Ute, by June next year, where's it now?
Yeah,
do you know what
yeah.
I mean? So I think let's do that to hold each other accountable as well, to ensure that we doesn't just end with talks, that we actually go out there and implement it.
But
Okay.
now, that's a bit challenging, because I don't know man properly, but knowing man, they'd be like, hey, then what? So it's gonna be a challenge, but it's a challenge I'm willing to.
Yes.
Okay, man, the challenge.
The hill I'm willing to die on.
The challenge.
The challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, which one?
Which one?
You're Nalea man, what's right?
So
As long as it has man inside. As long as it has man inside, it's fine.
It's
The
doable.
hill you
It's
willing to
feasible.
die on.
Yeah. But the challenge I'm willing to accept, and it can be feasible, is that hopefully before the end of month and November, I can actually have a students' men's conference. Sure.
Yay! Interesting. I'd love that.
Hold me accountable on that. I don't mind.
End of
I
November.
will hold
Yeah.
you accountable.
End
you
of
guys heard
November,
it.
which actually means from between the 30th and the 21st, I can actually have a fixed date somewhere there where we'll actually have the official first
I hope you guys can
male
Nick
students.
over there.
Man, I'm challenging guys, and I'm calling you guys all out there. I'm gonna make it
No,
feasible.
yeah, we will make sure our men come
Yeah.
through.
Cool, man, nabo boyfriend, nabo male pasty. Yeah, but yeah, man. Before we conclude the show, Bunola, do you have any last thoughts for the audiences out there?
Use the slot, please. Slot.
No, I'm giving you guys an open slot. Anything else you'd like us to actually tackle before we conclude the show?
Thank you for the first event Insta.
Oh, hey, I was wrong, baby. Kulman the mic. Wow. Oh, nice. Alright, guys. Offers going once. Yeah.
I'd also like to say that a woman can get raped while in a relationship.
Yes.
I feel like women need to understand that rape does exist, although you're in a relationship. Consent is something very important. If you do not want to and it happens, it's rape.
Oh, yeah. And now that you mentioned it, apparently you can also withdraw.
Yeah. At
Yes, at any time.
That is the
Oh,
scary
withdraw
part.
what?
Consent. Like
You can withdraw.
Us to have like
To have sex.
Sex,
We have sex now, yeah? And then 2 minutes in, you can withdraw the consent. That's
Yeah.
you actually saying, can you please stop whatever it is that you do?
Hey, bo.
But I think as JD put us at a dilemma, because we need to keep checking in, man. Like, do you still want to do this? Like, are we okay? Like, like that's one thing you have to keep. Like, are we good? We good? And then exactly. Are you sure? You have to ask all the time just to be sure. Next thing, good talk. Hey, Nick must fall.
It actually does happen.
Oh,
But actually, unfortunately, that's the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Given
Guys,
the
please
country
be
we live in.
realistic.
Yeah, boy.
Please be realistic.
what's not possible?
What's not possible?
No, guys,
Withdrawing the
please,
consent.
we didn't say it's not possible, but we're just being realistic. Like,
Are you gonna ask every 5 minutes, or are you fine? Are you still fine? No.
Hear us out, man. Hear us out on this. Yes. By us saying that we gotta check in every now and then, it's not like we're checking in every 20 seconds. It's this and that and that. Right, sometimes you get things by how you moan, how you actually. You get the facial expression you give.
Body language.
Sometimes you can see with okay, this is pleasure, and then now this is actually pain. You understand? They'd be like, hey, are you sure you want us to continue with this, or we can just stop? It's fine.
If you're uncomfortable,
things like that. That's what listen to. That's how that's where you check in. Not
every 5 minutes. Now like, hey, let's leave this.
Sassus up is is 3 credits here, but not kabanga choma bangamphendula ngisusa from imissionary ngifaka udongo ngibuza uthi ngishaya ngithi indoda pound uyana sesiyawo isecret manje yabona ngento engekho. But unfortunately, I'm not gonna lie, guys. You see, when it comes to this whole consent thingy, it's actually like yabona man. It's all your costs and its own. You have to make sure with it's like that throughout. Noma kambani for 2 grand umnandi sure. Noma qedile ba grand sure. Grand. Awufuna uvuke ekuseni qeda mothi bha ubona with men in blue, you're like bahamba you want none of that, you see. So as much as we might be joking about it, but it's actually there. It does happen. You do have people forcing themselves on their partners in the relationship and all that, because we tend to have this sense of entitlement. Kuthi manje you are now my person, umuntu wami nakonke how manje ngizibhizi ngokucela every now and then. So man, I am every now and then as unfortunately we do have people born in mentality le na konke nanan. Ngicela kanye mina manqoma ngicela kanye mina mfethu. If awuyenzi lento le ngampane ngithola omunye ozovuma into ezina kanjalo yabona. It's unfortunate it's there. But at the same time actually what I feel or what I appreciate is that if a girl can actually be constant throughout, like laying out all her triggers, but in safe words. I'm not that good in about kinky to that point, but let's have safe words. Before you do certain things, you're about to do 1, 2, 3 and all of that. When I say this, and she doesn't have to
justify it as well.
Exactly.
She doesn't have to give reasons.
Reason good time. Why? Why?
Come on, let go.
What's this? No. Too much. I'm so tired of this.
Being in a relationship doesn't mean it's like we should like be sexually involved. Like, nah. It's all about like growing together, spiritually, emotionally. So
yeah. Yeah. No, she was like, being in a relationship does not necessarily have to have sexual activities and all that.
Okay, I need to. I'm a relationship fun, but I need to. What makes a relationship are elements, right? Yeah, and these are me now, man. So, what makes a relationship are elements, right? So, if your guys nibona ngati ama elements in the relationship anyway, sure, is financial support, emotional support, sexually, and so on. Kuya guys, please. Kuya. But yes, as yet, sex isn't. But it is.
Isn't it?
It's a lie. Like you could say sex equals a relationship.
I'm willing to go now, ne? Asingayikhohlwa leyo part yabona into ezina kanjalo. It's one of those. Yeah. But so that means all we're concluding on is just that as much as you're in a relationship, rape is still possible and all that. And what we're actually encouraging is to make sure that people constantly ask out for consent. And that does not only go on to girls only, even guys as well.
Stop being manipulative.
Hey, baby girls, but baby girl, make sure ukuthi yambuza umtshito uthi mfethu you game. Siyenze yonke lento le. Just because ukuthi uyambrasha and yavuka yamizimele doesn't mean the nigga is in the mood. You understand? So let's just make sure we're reciprocating. And
also just to add on that, rape also happens to men. Yeah. Girl is there like a guy, that's rape one is.
Yeah, it's not like it's very tricky. Like I don't wanna lie. Leo, it's very. Hey, it's very tricky. But at the bottom line, back on, I feel like people, women out there, like shitty women who actually force themselves on guys. They are there, and as if women and that we're not encouraging all that and all that. Just because good to cheat, but okay, now and you see, it becomes a problem now because now so what was I supposed to do? Beat the woman up. Next thing you know, you're actually going to prosecute me for GBV.
Men can't even report rape.
That's what I wanted to say. It actually gets deep.
Exactly.
The minute you get raped, you can't even report it to anyone.
And where do you go? Police station, I'm here to open a rape case. Like, yo, a guy must have raped you. Who no cheater? No, it's a girl. Good girl. It's over from China.
You see, it's that whole connotation. That whole connotation has to end. We're living in a day and age where things can happen both ways.
Yeah.
Regardless, as much as, trust me, as much as they are strong guys, they're still weak guys. As much as they're strong women, they're still weak women. That's one thing you gotta get through.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not gonna be everyone who's actually gonna have the courage to actually be like, I know, why is this? There are people who are weak, who are gonna give into temptation. But at the end of the day, they bang a fool. You understand? Circumstances force them. But at the end of the day, guys, rape is not the way. Always ask for consent. You should not feel like the moment you feel like that's where you actually realize that you have a problem.
Yeah.
That's where you actually realize that you have a problem. If they are constantly asking for consent, self-introspection what kind of a human being am I? But yeah, actually see that. See that we are part inside.
We're there, but we're not there.
Yeah, we're there in a way, but we're not there. No. So yeah, anybody else? Anything you want to add?
I think for me, I think it's just to encourage gents to respect women.
Yeah.
Just encourage gents to protect women, and to call out other gents. I feel like that's the most important thing for me. That way we can curb or take a step forward into curbing all these horrible things happening out there to women. Because it wouldn't be nice if it happened to your mother, just think about how, if what you're doing to a girl, would it be okay if someone did it to your mom? Would it be okay if someone did it to your sister, your aunt? Do you know what I mean? We should think about it that way. That way, it's going to be like, if someone had to do this to my mom, I wouldn't let it happen, type of thing. So, yeah.
Not to remove the seriousness in what you just said, né? But you actually realize that if we all, as gents, were to think about that, technically, most women will be single by now.
Facts.
Yeah.
Gents know that they're horrible. They know. In the
now we are being shy.
Not mine.
Yeah. Point. Yes. That's one point. I'm not going to point. I hope
Men are trash.
Not all of them. Not
all of them. But hey, unfortunately, the minority has to suffer the consequences of the majority, which is sad. Honestly, which is sad. Another thing I want to encourage for people, actually for guys, actually for everybody, it's just like, as gents, man, lower your gaze. Like literally, just lower your gaze. What do I mean by that? Lowering your gaze is not only just good to pick up hands, but undress. Undress ingane, but at the same time, no matter what going on, if you want to or whatever she's wearing is kind of like, hey, it's doing the things to you. Just look at the ground, count the leaves on the ground until she actually passes and just go on about your day. Because at the end of the day, impahla zathengisa nonke, and person sees whatever they like, they're gonna buy it. And akayithengelanga ukuthi ngifuna wena ngigcokile ungibuke ngalendlela nani yabona. Just as much as nathi singamajita, even though masigcokile, sometimes sifaka ama gray sweatpants nonke iceda ubona hey khona ukuvela emva. Asithi nawe njengentombazana bheka uthi maraputi now must undress, please. At the end of the day,
goes both ways.
No. At the end of the day, guys, we one of the moment we learn to eradicate double standards, that's where we're actually going to move forward.
Yeah.
But the moment we're still going to promote some double standards, so sebenzele move.
Yeah.
Literally. So sebenzele move. Fana ukuthi ufuna ukukhamanzi ngemanje. enimbobo awuyindawo yeah sayibona into yenza kodwa awuyindawo ngayo yabona. So at the end of the day, guys, let's just ensure that at the end of the day, women are respected, but they're also not respected at the expenses of bringing down certain attributes that are associated with men. You understand? When we're appreciating women, let's appreciating women for being women, and let's not do that in a way good. Yeah, women are good because men are bad. No, let's appreciate you as you are,